Have you ever heard about queens in the Virgin Islands? Yes? Great. If not, listen closely. Some of you may know about the queens of the fire burn: Queens Mary, Agnes, Matilda, and Susanna. They led the October 1st, 1878 labor revolt on St. Croix to fight against oppression post-emancipation from slavery. But do you know about Queen Coziah? Queen Coziah led hundreds of coaling ladies to strike back against unfair wages during the 1892 coal workers' strike on St. Thomas. During this time, though the whip of chattel slavery was discredited, it was merely replaced with harsh labor policies and meager wages. According to the St. Thomas Historical Trust, the German Hamburg American Line, the West Indies Coal Depot Company, the British Royal Mail Steam Packet Company, the East Asiatic Company, and the Italian Bronsted Company all established coaling operations in the territory. Though local men and women worked to fill baskets, sometimes weighing up to 100 pounds on the tops of their heads, the women dominated the role and were known as the coaling ladies. The work was physically daunting, and the workers were merely compensated with the Mexican dollar. Earning only 1 cent per basket trip between the coal yard and the steamship, they completed an average of 100 trips daily. After each trip, a coal worker would be provided with a coal token to be traded for money. As time progressed and the value of the Mexican dollar decreased, workers were continuously denied to be paid with Danish currency. Queen Coziah and the porter's complaints to be paid in Danish currency repeatedly fell on deaf ears, ensuing the action of the September 10 to 12 coal carrier strike. Coaling workers ceased to work and demanded to be paid with Danish silver. They chanted their demand to be paid a dollar for dollar until their demands were met. Police, armed and prepared to retaliate with violence, appeared to stop the protest. But before the demonstration could get violent, the coaling companies agreed to pay the coal workers in Danish silver. The Dollar for Dollar Culture and History Tour, created by the Dollar for Dollar Culture and History Committee Incorporated, hosts a yearly demonstration about this historical event. On November 9, 2025, the 20th anniversary of their annual demonstration, they held their first event on the waters of the Charlotte-Amalie Harbor. This documentary highlights the event. After leaving the West Indian Company dockyard, the tour proceeded into the central part of the downtown harbor. Accompanied by the rhythmic drumming from the Echo people, clear skies, calm seas, soft breeze, and the warm Caribbean sun created a calming atmosphere that helped to transcend everyone who attended back to the days of the past. Once in the harbor, remarks from Jaway David, Aisha Morris, and Dara Munifa Cooper, the co-founders of the event, were given.
My name is Jaway David. This is Aisha Morris. This is Dara Munifa Cooper. We are the co-founders of this particular event.
Attendees were then educated on the history of the event. What has always been a walking tour transformed into a boat tour in the downtown harbor where historical context was given. The event is annually held as a walking tour where attendees walk the downtown streets that Queen Coziah and the coal workers protested on, areas like Main Street and General Gada. But for the 20th anniversary of the tour, organizers held it on the water. Tour guides Myron Jackson, Nadine Marchena Ken, and Ruby Simmons Isanison piloted the narratives.
Good morning. Right now we are ready to begin. Before we pour libation, it's very important that you understand the context to why we are doing what we are doing and where we are doing it. As you know, this tour is a foot tour, a walking tour, and on the 20th anniversary we decided that, or the organizers have decided that it will be by sea. And that's very, very important in several factors. One, we came by sea. Two, we are sea people. And three, this is the Orisha Yemenia, the sister of Roost.
What we now know as the West Indian Company Dock is one area where coal was carried to steamships. During the tour, a libation was poured by Jackson in honor of ancestors who were taken from Africa to be brought across the ocean to the Caribbean. The Dollar for Dollar tour also highlighted the significance of songs and the Bambula dance. During days of the past, locals would express themselves through these cultural art forms, which were oftentimes suppressed by colonizers. During the era of the coal workers, this was no different. Queen Coziah, leader of the strike, was also a Bambula dancer. On average, a coal carrier would carry 20 to 25 baskets of coal per hour, or one basket every 3 minutes. During the Dollar for Dollar tour, a reenactment of the 1892 coal workers' strike was portrayed. Actors Elise Mercer, Marie Paul, Marcella Kelshaw, and Carl Williams demonstrated their depiction of what coal workers endured and how they fought for a better living.
Main Street with that flag until I had to practically pry it from your hands. And no other person on God's green earth carried that flag, did they? Isn't it so?
Other people carrying flags and the rest of them had posters up too.
Isn't it in fact true that you were intoxicated during that event?
People are staying at the Kayano, which is me. I am not taking it. And if you're asking me if I saw the cold walkers that go down to later and rough up, to grab a little courage and what? To get to the moon? I can't tell you that.
Well, that brings us to the final question. Was there or was there not a leader of this embroilment, someone responsible for nearly bringing us to the brink of bloodshed today?
I don't what the paper I knew right behind.
Guard!
You know, this thing does take a while. Friend, Patricia, she did go home. Doesn't add the rest of week to cut down a big stick and pick up a rock stone. We out there 5 hours straight in the Celtic sun for some woman to come tell us some shit. Open this. Magic water. Not even a half. But 1/3 of what we used to get paid. And then stick it to Mexican budget. And then he gonna fix him out to say that the people that mean what? More than 60 cents a day. And when we lost this, we went $1 for $1. Daily silver. Oh, you remember what you said? Impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible. Sure. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your rights. Let me go to Ella in proper English.
Order! Order! I order you to be quiet!
Let me go to the steamship office. Let me go and tell them in proper English. Rolling on the line, roll, roll, roll. Dollar for dollar. Dollar for dollar. But where you going? Where? It's the call going where? In the harbor.
As the event ended, the Caribbean ritual dancers performed. Drumming from the Dembea Arts Conservatory was carried out as well, allowing attendees a chance to express themselves through dance as they disembarked. The Dollar for Dollar Tour has been a unique part of Virgin Islands culture for the last 20 years, working to uphold and bring to life events of Virgin Islands past. As a native Virgin Islander, I am thankful and empowered through the work of the queens of our past. The freedom of Virgin Islanders, our strength, and our resilience have been passed down through the thoughts and unwavering actions of women like Queen Coziah and the calling ladies of the Danish West Indies. As a cultural bearer and an avid enthusiast for the arts, humanities, and preservation of Virgin Islands heritage, I am proud for events like the Dollar for Dollar Culture and History Tour. The Dollar for Dollar Culture and History Committee, Inc. thanks their main sponsors, the Virgin Islands Council of the Arts, the Postal Museum of London, the VI Lottery, Windward Passage Hotel, Fly the Whale, Conchal Media, and Mariposa Inc. Artistry. This documentary was conceptualized and produced by Motherhenroost. Special thanks to YDK who shot it. Narrated by yours truly, Adisha O.M. Penn.